So every year we identify a youth champion, and there's an arduous process, and there are so many people who are deserving, and it's interesting to see who we always get. And just like every other year, we have a very prestigious committee who puts forth lots of candidates, and we have the best of the best tonight selected. This year's honoree is a leader who is multi-talented. I actually, when I saw the name, I said, I know him, but I know him from broadcasting. We covered some of the biggest stories in the city of Boston throughout the region for year after year. And when I would see him out on stories, breaking news stories, political stories, life and death stories, he always had a smile on his face, even in the toughest times. He always had a bright spot around him. And what I didn't know was that he also had a heart of service as well. He was just bringing us good vibes in television and radio, and then we find out that he also wants to give back to the next generation, our children. So he started doing Kids Doing Voiceovers project to improve student public speaking and confidence. And then when I started speaking with our board members, I learned that he trained some of our closest EVkid family members and introduced them to the world of broadcasting. So I want you now to hear from and cheer so loudly for this year's 2025 EVkids Youth Champion, and it's none other than Mr. Harold Seals, everybody. Yes! Bravo!
Hello, I'm Harold Seals, and I never met a microphone I didn't love. When you come from radio, every microphone is your friend, and then when you go to TV, you learn how to pose. And what I try to do after my long career, 28 years at WBZ TV, WGBH TV, Channel 7, WFNX, WBOS, WUNR, WRBB, WCKJ, Connecticut School of Broadcasting, Christian Science Radio, is I try to give back because society needs the glue. And the glue is for people like me to lift up the young ones. So that's what I do. Now, my business is twofold. I teach kids how to speak, and I'll give them a script. Kids as young as 4 and 5. And I'll say, okay, read this. And they'll say, live, you're watching The View, and watching all new CSI Friday at 9 on CBS. And then I'll get them to the more elaborate scripts. 50 million years ago, an asteroid 6 miles wide. And so what it does is it teaches them to use their voice. It also gets them off their phone, too. So that is such a joyous thing, because once I produce the kids, and producing is getting the best out of them, the best read, the best performance, articulation, enunciation, emotion, timing, what have you. Then I take the recording home and I mix it, and I give it that pro sound. The NBA on TNT is brought to you by EVkids. And so if it's a really good read, then I add video. Now, the kids are cool. When the parents hear what they did, the parents are on a cloud. There's no greater buy-in for kids than when they move their parents. So that's what I bring to the table. I teach kids how to get attention in a positive way with their voice and make their neighbors and church members and barber, hairdresser, any institution proud of them. And so that's my contribution to society. Now, I could go into the middle ground aspects of we're losing a lot and we're gaining a lot. You know, that cell phone is great, yet sometimes kids don't want to go out and play. The answer is simply to take one child at a time and guide them and show them kindness and show them how to look at somebody as a person that matters. And to show them that if you have curiosity, the curiosity can lead to a discovery, and it might be something that you can do. An art store, you might build elevators, you might fly the next space shuttle. So EVkids is all about this, because it's all of these volunteers from the schools and the staff and the Thompsons, and they're taking the kids higher, and that's what we want. Now, when Eric asked me to speak, he said 6 to 8 minutes. So my time has come. I could go on and on and on and on. So I'll take one more minute. I also teach adults public speaking. The albatross for public speaking is nervousness. So I say, don't fight it. What do you mean don't fight it? Let it make you feel like you want to die. And really, and most of the time it works. You get up there, it's like, oh, I forgot I'm nervous. Secondly, speak what you know. Thirdly, care about what you're saying. Fourthly, give them something that they didn't know. For example, I want 30 seconds to go. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. So one hand on your mouth, one hand on your stomach. Here comes the first one. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. No, this is really one more time. Inhale, exhale. Now, if I said, which direction did your stomach move in or out on the inhale, what would most people say? Yes, 80 or 90% of adults, when they inhale, they lift their chest up, the stomach comes in, and which is not the way it should work. The stomach should come out like you're trying to look fat on a before picture and in on an after picture. So when most people breathe, hence, they choke off the volume, optimum volume of their lungs. So once that is made aware and then taught how to handle it, when people say take a deep breath, you say, oh, let me look fat. So that's the story. So that's 9 minutes. Who's ever running a clock? That's my master control mind. Thank you, everyone.